Okay, so I was thinking about this the other day, and, April 5th, 2025, that game at Chepauk,
Oh, yeah.
CSK and the Delhi Capitals. Man, even thinking about it now, I still get chills. You know that stadium? The wave of yellow,
Yeah.
the Chennai crowd. It's just electric. They're so connected to that team, it's almost spiritual.
It's interesting how the stadium, it's already so intense,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
But then sometimes something happens
Yeah.
and it takes on this whole other meaning beyond just the game. Like
Yeah.
what happened at Chepauk that day? It became about so much more than just cricket.
Right, because in the middle of all of that, there was this unexpected thing.
What's that?
Dhoni's parents were there, Pan Singh and Devaki Devi.
Whoa,
They were
really?
in the stands. And it wasn't like they just decided to drop in for a visit. This was the first time they'd been at a CSK home game since Dhoni joined the team in 2008.
Wow.
17 years.
It's a long time.
A huge part of his
It
career.
makes you wonder why now, after all this time. I mean, think about it. He's had this incredible career, and now all of a sudden his parents show up. It makes you think maybe there's a bigger reason, you know?
And as soon as the cameras found them, it was like the internet exploded. Everyone was losing their minds, asking, was this it? Is Dhoni retiring?
People love a good story.
Mm.
And when you have a legend like Dhoni, we're all kind of waiting to see how it ends, right?
Especially when you consider everything else. His wife Sakshi and their daughter Ziva, they're always there. But to have his parents there too, it just added to that whole is this a farewell thing.
Yeah, it's like we're all trying to connect the dots and create a narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing his whole family there, it just felt like a really significant moment.
You could feel it even in the press box. It was more than just a game. I mean, surrounded by all those fans, that sea of yellow, and then seeing Dhoni's parents on the screen, it just felt different, like something big was about to happen.
Yeah, there's this added layer of emotion.
Yeah.
It's not just about the sport anymore. It's about family legacy, all of that.
Even the commentators on Star Sports were dancing around it during the mid-innings break.
Really?
I remember Abhinav Mukund kept looking at Akash Chopra. Like, you know what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
He kept trying to get Chopra to say something about the retirement rumors.
And what did Chopra say?
Well, he's so good at staying neutral. He said it was definitely unusual to see Dhoni's parents there.
Right.
That even though Sakshi and Ziva are at pretty much every game, he'd never seen Dhoni's parents at a home game.
Yeah.
But he didn't actually speculate. He just kind of smiled and said something like, Dhoni has made fools of us all before.
Which is so true.
So true. He does things his way.
It was killing me, though. I was
Yeah.
like, just say it. We all know what you're thinking.
It's like they're all trying to acknowledge the elephant in the room without actually saying anything.
Exactly.
So that creates this shared feeling of suspense for everyone watching.
Right. And then on top of everything else, there was the chance that Dhoni might captain the match.
Oh, yeah. Why was that?
Rutraj Gaikwad, the regular captain, he hurt his elbow in the last game against the Rajasthan Royals.
Yeah, it was bad. So people were wondering if Dhoni would step back into the captain's role.
Especially with everything else going on.
I know, right? It would just add to this idea that maybe this was his last game.
Right?
And then you have to remember what Dhoni said after CSK won the IPL in 2023. He said he wanted his last game to be in Chennai.
To thank the fans.
Yes, as a thank you to the fans. And that's always kind of been in the back of everyone's mind.
So it's like all these things are lining up.
Right? His parents are there. He might be captain. And he'd said he wanted his last game to be in Chennai. It's almost too perfect. You can't help but wonder if this was it.
It's like a movie.
Totally. And then on top of all the drama, Delhi Capitals, they put up a decent score, 183 for 6.
Okay.
But honestly, it felt like everyone was just waiting for Dhoni. It was all about him.
I get it.
But he's still amazing behind the stumps. I mean, he's 43 years old, and he's still pulling off these insane runouts.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Like that run out of Ashutosh Sharma in the last over, it was crazy. The whole crowd went nuts.
That's Dhoni for you. Still performing at the highest level.
And then the noise when CSK started batting and Dhoni came out, oh my God.
I can only imagine.
It was deafening. The entire stadium was chanting his name. It was unbelievable, especially because earlier in the season against Royal Challengers Bengaluru, he came in to bat at number 9 and people were not happy.
They wanted to see more of him.
Right. They felt like he was being wasted down there.
So to see him come out in his normal spot with all this other stuff happening, it must have been emotional.
Oh, it was, social media was melting down. People were saying things like, I'm not ready for him to retire, or making jokes about how he must have heard them complaining about his batting position.
It's funny how people react on social media.
Yeah, but Dhoni, he probably doesn't even look at that stuff. He's always done his own thing. Remember how he retired from international cricket in 2019?
Yeah, just out of the blue.
One day he just posted on social media and that was it. No big announcement, no farewell tour.
Classic.
Right, so, if he decides to retire from the IPL, it'll probably be the same, just a quiet decision on his own terms.
He doesn't need the fanfare.
Nope. But still seeing his parents there, it just felt so significant. He's been with CSK since 2008. They've won 5 IPL titles. He's built that team into a dynasty.
He's a legend in Chennai.
And the fans love him. It's a special connection.
So as the game was ending and CSK were chasing the runs, everyone must have been on the edge of their seats.
Oh, totally. The tension was so thick you could just feel everyone wondering, is this the end?
Did they win?
It didn't even matter at that point. It was all about Dhoni.
And did anyone know what he was thinking?
I remember sitting there listening to the fans behind me. One guy was saying, if he retires, I don't know what I'll do. And his friend was like, you said that last year.
Uh-huh.
And that's Dhoni for you. He keeps us guessing. The team wasn't saying anything. And Dhoni, he only talks when he's ready.
I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
But that night at Chepauk, it felt like we were watching history. It might have been the end of an era, but even if it wasn't, it was a night no one will forget.
It sounds like it.
Dhoni, he's one of a kind. And whatever he decides to do, the fans will be right there with him.
That's the mark of a true legend.